Hello my friends and welcome to This Simple Sober Life. I am Joshua and it is Saturday. I have been up since about 4:45, so I've had plenty of time to wake myself up and have a pot of coffee, couple of cigarettes, and I have been working on my book. I'm now up to 120 pages and over 50,000 words. Now, I don't know if you've ever written a book or any long essays, but I can't even believe how many words are actually just pouring out of me. And it's fantastic because I've just been really inspired to write. And so literally the words are just pouring out of me. So I'm making really great progress on the book that I'm writing, which feels absolutely fantastic. Now, it is cold out here. And I say cold, I guess I'm a little bit of a wuss when it comes to being cold. I don't like to be cold. It's not my forte. I prefer tropical warm weather year round. But it is nice to see the leaves change and fall and whatnot. But I can stand that for about 30 seconds and then I'm ready to hop on a jet and go to a Caribbean island or something. But it's Saturday. It's going to be a really relaxing day. I got my long underwear from Amazon yesterday. So I have my long underwear on and it's nylon rather than that woven material. That woven material always made me feel itchy and I didn't like it. I'd be scratching and I don't like the way that it feels against my skin. This nylon is much nicer feel-wise, but it's not as warm. And so I'm having to, give up one for the other. My sister suggested that I get the woven one, put it over this one, and then, I might be toasty warm and not have to deal with this. But I've got the long underwear on, I've got a shirt on, I've got my hoodie on, I've got my sweatpants on, and that's probably how I'll stay for most of the day. I don't think I'm gonna climb out of these clothes for the rest of the day. And I haven't had a day like that in quite a while where I just relax, be comfortable, sit under a blanket. I will definitely be taking a nap later on because, I've been up for, probably about 6 hours now or so, and I'm ready for a nap. But it's that kind of day. It's kind of overcast out. It's calling for scattered showers this afternoon. There's a tropical storm brewing off the coast of Florida that looks like it's going to be making its way up here. I feel like a weatherman. And here we're going to have the scattered showers moving up through the East Coast. Anyway, so it's going to be a fantastic day just to sit inside. Katie offered, I was going to hop on the moped and go to Walmart to grab some stuff for next week's breakfast frittata, but Katie offered to give me a ride, so that will be much better. I'm not going to freeze to death. Now tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny and about 75 or so it should be a perfect day. And tomorrow is the day I am going to start recording my video series on changing habits to improve your life and reach greater happiness. And I'm calling it the Life of Awesome Change Series. So I've set that in stone, or at least in my mind. I've written out the introduction, and generally when I do videos, I don't really follow a script, but I want this to be fantastic. So I scripted out my introduction. I'm going to be working on the first value video, scripting that out, and I will probably be shooting them tomorrow. So I'm super pumped about that. I'm really excited to get this off the ground, but I want to take my time and make sure that I get the points that I'm looking for across in a cohesive manner. So that's always good. Now, carb challenge update. It's been a week since I stepped on the scale, and I have to tell you, it's getting easier. You know, I'm snacking a lot on fruits, on vegetables, on meats and cheeses. So I've been very conscious about the carb intake that I put into my body. And I feel pretty good. I'm not starving all the time like I was with the first 3 days. That's kind of tapered off a bit. But I have to tell you, I am such a sucker for carbs. And in the kitchen, my sister has this full metal rack, and the top 2 shelves are filled with cookies and crackers and chips and all sorts of yummy, salty goodness. And every time I pass that cart, I kind of eyeball. I'm like, nope, don't you do it. I am having to use such willpower not to go hand jam into the wheat thins, because wheat thins are my weakness. I love those little things. They're salty and they're a little sweet and they're crunchy, and they're just all of my favorite things combined into one tasty little cracker. But I haven't done it. My family was out last night. Katie and Brian were celebrating their anniversary. Happy anniversary to them, even though it was a month ago, and they were just now getting things together to go out and celebrate that. So I'm so happy for them that they were able to do that. But they weren't home yesterday, and I would pass that rack and I'd be like, no one would know. One little cracker wouldn't hurt you. But then I'm like, nope, not today, Satan. Because guess who would know? This bulging apparatus along my midsection would know. And I swear, if I would just have one cracker, it wouldn't just be one cracker. It would literally be a box of wheat thins. So I kept up my willpower, I stayed strong, and I powered through. I made myself a little wrap. It was shredded beef and cheese and some hot sauce in a low carb wrap. And the wraps that we had gotten, they're good. They only have about 5 net carbs, so I think that's pretty good. But anyway, I stepped onto the scale and I have lost 2 pounds. Now, part of me is saying, what? Only 2 pounds? Are you kidding me? I feel like I should have lost at least 10 pounds. But the body doesn't work that way, does it? And so I need to take a step back and congratulate myself on staying strong and actually committing to this challenge and doing an excellent job on restraining from, shoving carbs and breads and pastas and cookies and crackers and candy in my mouth, and be like, hey, you're doing an excellent job. Good for you. You lost 2 pounds. That's 2 pounds closer to where you want to be. And so I really need to take a moment and give myself a big old pat on the back. I'm not going to reward myself yet because that challenge is not over. I am not rewarding myself until I am done with the 30 days. So I have 21 days and 15 hours to go. So soon I will be counting down the minutes. And I was talking to Brian this morning. He's like, yeah, but I mean, everyone needs a cheat day once in a while, a day that you just kind of indulge and enjoy the things that you want to do. I'm like, you are absolutely correct. And I will do that after the challenge. So once this challenge is done, you can guarantee that I can guarantee you will find me in a carb coma, passed out on the sofa, because ice cream is in my future, and crackers are in my future, and all the Snickers bars better watch out, because I'm coming for you. Anyway, my friends, I hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. I'm gonna get back in, and since I've got the creative juices flowing, I'm going to keep working on my book. Later on, I'm going to script out that first content value video for the Life of Awesome Change series. I have to put that in my head because I'm gonna have to say it on camera, and I don't want to stumble over my words. But yeah, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I will probably check in a little bit, let you know what's going on. Maybe I'll have a topic. But bless you all, my friends. Cheers to you. If you're enjoying these videos, please make sure to subscribe. That way you'll get notified when those videos come out. You will be the first to know, so that you can make active changes in your life too. Give this video a big old thumbs up and comment down below. What Life of Awesome successes are you having today? Have a great one, my friends. Take care. Well, I did it, my friends. I have stayed in my pajamas all day, and it has been so fantastic. It's pushing about 6 o'clock now in the afternoon. This morning, my sister and her family had to take the family dog Faith over to the vet to get her nails clipped. So I binged on American Horror Story. I've wrapped up the Cult season, which I think is season 7, if I'm not mistaken. And it was fantastic. I am in love with that show. There's something just so spine tingling about it, and it kind of sucks you in. And the fact that they use the same actors in different characters in each season, I think it's fantastic. I've loved every season except for I think it's called Rananook or something. I didn't like the way it was filmed. The story was kind of meh, but A Cult was amazing. And I've moved on to Apocalypse. So I have been binging on that show for whenever I get time. Now, I can't watch it whenever the family is around because Katie doesn't like horror stuff, and Brian's not a big fan of that kind of stuff, and of course Callie's too. And so, you know, I'd hate to expose her so quickly to the gore and seedy underbelly of American cinema. But so this morning I worked extensively on my book. I'm so proud that you know, I had this creative flow going, and I was pounding out words, and I'm up to I think like 125 pages or something right now. And so I banged all that out this morning. And then when the family got back, we went to Walmart. I mentioned that I was going to go get stuff for the frittata that I'm going to make this week. And I'm going to be making a chicken fajita frittata. I haven't really decided if I'm going to create a video on it because it's basically the same thing that I did last time. It's just a couple of different ingredients. I don't know. I'll mull it over. If you watch this video between now and tomorrow, comment down below. If you want to see it and I get a comment or two that you'd like to see it, I'll shoot a video on it. Otherwise, you know, I'll just cook and enjoy. After we got back, I also went thrift store shopping. I have one pair of jeans that actually need to go in the wash right now because they're filthy from work. Looking for jeans, and the thrift stores down here are really kind of weird. I'll go into the men's section and, you know, look at jeans because I am not spending, you know, $80 on a pair of jeans that I'm just going to mess up. And they mix up the men's and women's jeans. It's so weird. I'll be scouring through, and of course I can't find my size because the average size around here I am finding is about a 46. It's insane. I pull out these jeans and they're like the width of my arms spanned all the way across. It's crazy. So I guess in this area I would be considered petite. Anyway, or the style is just nasty. They'll have like elastic bands around the waist and pleated jeans. I mean, come on now. Really? I don't think so. But the fact that I'm even looking at thrift stores for any sort of clothing is so far out of who I used to be. I mean, when I was growing up, very egotistical, very, had to be the top of the class, had to be, this name brand whore. I wouldn't even look at something unless it had a label on it. I didn't want it. I didn't want it in my closet. I didn't want anything to do with it. And now I'm thrift store shopping? Wow. What happened to me? Who is this guy? I have no idea. But Katie, actually, I mentioned, went out yesterday with her family and celebrated their anniversary. Well, they love thrift store shopping. Brian does a lot of stuff on eBay, so he'll go through, pick out things that he might be able to resell on eBay. And, Katie has been losing weight, which is fantastic. And she's been looking for some new clothes. And they found a pair of jeans for me that were actually in my size. So I'm like, get them. As long as they're not like stonewash or some 80s retro thing, more of a darker wash, I'm cool with it. So I did get a pair of jeans from, they had brought home a pair of jeans for me. So now I have 2 pairs of jeans. Once we got home from Walmart and the thrift stores, we ate lunch. The family had some Zaxby's. I could have gotten a grilled chicken salad, but I decided to make one at home, and I threw in some spinach, some onion, some tomatoes, some strawberries, some apples, some blue cheese crumbles. Oh, yum, so good. And I drizzled it with that Olive Garden Italian dressing. Come to find out, that dressing actually has fewer carbs than the vinaigrette I was using. So that worked out. And it was delicious. It was this huge, massive salad, and I'm actually still full from it, which is pretty remarkable. And for dinner, Katie's actually making a beef stew. Now she put carrots and corn and potatoes in it, the normal beef stew stuff. So I'll probably have to pick out the potatoes. I'll eat a few of the carrots and kind of leave the rest. But still going strong on that carb diet. And so after lunch, I took a nap. It's the perfect day to have taken a nap. It started raining as soon as we got home. Not a big, heavy pour, but a light drizzle and things like that. And it's perfect, comfy weather to snuggle up on the sofa and take a nap, especially since I'm layered up in my pajamas. And I even went to Walmart in my pajamas. I didn't even care. I was staying in these things all day long. And so it was probably maybe a half-hour nap. It wasn't anything too extravagant or anything like that. And I got up, or I woke up, and I pulled out my computer, and I wanted to start working on, or continue working on the book, and actually write a blog post, because I am committed to coming out with a blog post every Monday. And it's all gone. All my creative energy, all my creative juices have gone out the window. I sat looking at a blank page for over a half hour, and then finally I just had to close the screen and put it away for a few minutes. Now I'll probably bring it out, because Lord knows I can't just sit on the sofa and do nothing, and start writing the script for the first video in the Life of Awesome Change series. I'm super excited about that. Now, I've already done an outline for it. I did that this past week, so it should be pretty easy to flow through. I've got to do a little bit of research and kind of organize my thoughts on how I want to present everything, but it should be relatively easy to write. And then later tonight, we'll probably just chill on the sofa. We've started getting into the show called Once Upon a Time. And, you know, they bring in all these Disney princesses and Disney characters, and they kind of throw them into a real, I guess, real life environment where they can't use magic. And it's extremely complicated to follow because there are so many characters. There's pretty much only one or two real plot lines, but there's so many characters, and because each character is playing two different roles and they're bouncing back and forth between the different worlds, it's so hard to follow. And you know, we've been watching it whenever during the evenings after dinner. You know, we'll watch an episode or two, and then, you know, the next day we'll turn on for, you know, the next episode, and we'll be like, what happened? Can anyone remember what happened? But it is an interesting show, and if you haven't watched it, you might want to check it out. It's one of those shows that I've been putting on the back burner for a long time. When it first came out, the previews popped up on TV, and I'm like, oh, that could be interesting. But then I just kind of forgot it, and you know, it'd pop up once in a while, and it'd be like, oh, I should watch that, and I'd put it on the back burner. Well, I finally turned it on, I guess 2 weeks ago or so, and you know, the family was all in the living room, and we're all on our phones or our computers or gadgets or something, doing something else, and I just kind of turned it on for something new and fresh to watch, because we were watching reruns of the Goldbergs every single day. And while that's a great show, when you can start quoting the show, it might be time to give it a rest. So I turned that show on, and now we're all hooked. So that's something that we're doing together, and you know, it's family time right there. But it's been a fantastic day. It's been a much needed, relaxing day. And while I've been working for a good majority of it, I still feel, you know, kind of decompressed and relaxed and everything. And so it's great that I can do that. And I'm so grateful that I am able to do that and yet be productive. But I'm gonna cut this video. I hope you're having a fantastic day, my friends. You have yourself a wonderful Saturday evening. Comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings. If you have any suggestions for the videos, I would be more than happy to accommodate. And give them a big old thumbs up. Have yourself a wonderful evening, my friends. Take care and subscribe. Hit that bell when you subscribe. Subscribe so you'll get notified first when that series launches. Again, my friends, cheers. Take care.